We have some more details of the Jonathan Majors situation, and I want to try to do my best to present all of it here in this video because I think it's important to try to get things right in a situation like this. This is a man's name. This is a man's livelihood. Depending on the outcome of all of this, he could be pretty much canceled. And I don't want to see anybody get canceled for something they didn't do. A lot of people are quick to judge this man, and there's a lot going on here, particularly in a situation like this, because this is him and a partner, a girlfriend or whatever. She's been labeled as a girlfriend by several reports. Domestic relationships can be complicated, and people can and will make shit up. We've went through this a couple of times now on this channel. Just recently with JD and AH. We've seen people very willing to make things up. So I caution people, before you demonize the man, make sure that all of the facts are there. Now, I will admit that things aren't looking very good, especially with the fact that he's been charged. So I want to go over a couple of things here real quick before I get into the details. Now, I know some law enforcement, so I have some limited inside knowledge. I won't say fully because I'm not a police officer, but I know some. So I have some limited knowledge of what happens in situations like this. First off, depending on the state, I don't know if it's like this countrywide, but it appears that it is like this in New York City. The reason that Majors got arrested is because during a domestic dispute, someone has to go to jail. They do that for a couple of reasons. One, to discourage fake calls, people trying to get people in trouble, saying, okay, someone's going to jail for sure just by calling. But two, the reason they do that, the real, the good intentions behind that kind of reasoning is if the couple are having a clash, they take one to jail to defuse the situation and separate the two for at least a certain period of time so things don't continue to escalate. So there are good intentions behind that. And that's one of the reasons why Majors went to jail. A call was made for a domestic dispute, and somebody had to go to jail, and it was him. 9 times out of 10, it usually is the guy. So that is where things stand on that. I'm not saying I agree that someone has to go to jail, but I understand the reasoning behind it because of the fact that they could say, okay, well, you go sleep with your friends, and if it is a dangerous situation, they can come back and, God forbid, something really bad happens. And that's why that happens. Even if he didn't do anything, he's still going to get arrested. Now, she went to jail, and there was marks on her body, apparently, at least enough that it was reported, and there was a laceration behind her ear. Now, it's important to point out here that his accuser has recanted. She has recanted all of the accusations. Now, usually, that's enough to stop anything. However, if a district attorney feels that there is enough evidence to proceed without her or him in this kind of situation, they will file charges anyway. Now, usually you need the victim to have any chance of winning a case. However, this district attorney feels that he has a case with or without the woman. He has charged Jonathan Majors. Now, there could also be a reason why the district attorney did this. One, it's Jonathan Majors, and charging Jonathan Majors with an assault charge or domestic battery or domestic dispute or whatever will boost this guy's name up because it's a major star and it will get him lots of attention. Something like that should not be discounted from the situation. People are greedy and people like the spotlight. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying it's something that you should think about before you demonize him. just like all of the people that all of a sudden are saying he was a bad man. Why weren't they telling people this and using his name before it was easier to demonize him now that he's down and available to be kicked? I'm not trying to take one side or the other here. The only thing that I find entertaining about this is the fact that Marvel is once again in hot water, because I don't like modern Marvel or Disney. So now this is more drama for their asses. However, I don't have anything against Jonathan Majors. I don't know Jonathan Majors. So I'm trying to come at this at a very neutral standpoint until we know more. Now there's some stuff that's come out. Like I said, the accuser has recanted. And also, there's apparently, and there should be, footage from the taxi that him and his girlfriend were in, which would vindicate some of his story. I'm just saying, that's something that you should, like, apparently this is going to come out. The footage from them being in the taxi. I mean, that's pretty big footage. The evidence includes video footage from the vehicle where the episode took place, witness testimony from the driver and others who both saw and heard the episode, and most importantly, 2 written statements from the woman recanting these allegations. She continued, all the evidence proves that Mr. Majors is entirely innocent and did not assault her whatsoever. Unfortunately, this incident came about because the woman was having an emotional crisis for which she was taken to a hospital yesterday. The NYPD is required to make an arrest in these situations, and this is the only reason Mr. Majors was arrested. We expect these charges to be dropped soon. So that is the case right now. But he has been charged. So I want to put that out there. He could be, he couldn't be innocent. He could be guilty, he could be innocent. I don't know. But I do know it's wrong to cancel the man, which is happening. So apparently, I didn't even know this, Jonathan Majors was in Be All You Can Be U.S. Army ad campaign, and it's been paused following the arrest. They do say, in pending the investigation, he could come back. He could be fine. The U.S. Army is aware of the arrest of Jonathan Majors, and we are deeply concerned by the allegations surrounding the arrest. Laura DeFranco, the public affairs officer of the Army Enterprise Marketing Office, said in a statement Sunday, while Mr. Majors is innocent until proven guilty, prudence dictates that we pull our ads until the investigation into these allegations is complete. The Army has released 2 ads featuring the Creed 3 actor before he was arrested in New York. So that is where we're at right now. He has been charged. However, the woman has recanted everything, and he's had ads pulled. However, there seems to be some evidence in his favor that this isn't his fault. But I will also put it out there that it's important to note in the police documents, apparently, I'll say that because we haven't seen them. I haven't seen them yet. I'd imagine they'll be public soon. In those documents, it's noted that she has a laceration behind her ear, which apparently came from an open strike, an open-fisted strike, which would be a slap. And that she had bruises on her body, which might not even be from him. People are capable of doing these things to themselves to make it look bad. So like I said, I would like to know the full picture. I'm trying not to be biased here. These are serious, serious accusations, and I don't think people should be canceled over, we've seen people get canceled over fake shit before. So I just want to be clear. But he has been charged, and they're confident enough that they can win this without her statements. But you can charge anybody without anything. You can just charge somebody. Don't dispute the idea that this district attorney could be doing this to get a name for himself. So, like I said, I want to know more. I will be following this. He could be guilty. He could be innocent. Let's wait for the whole picture. He hasn't even gone to trial yet, if that's going to happen. We can make up our minds as that goes through. Don't be quick to drag somebody through the mud until we know everything. That is a leftist thing. And sometimes we need to be better. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.